Hey all my YouTube subscribers, it's Zayla Bria, and today I'm going to be doing my very first storytime video. So today, first off, I just want to tell you guys I'm sorry for being MIA. Like, I know I haven't been posting. I haven't posted in like a month. I know you guys were expecting my next video to be the part 2 of the Miami vlog, but my iCloud was tripping. Like, I couldn't get my videos to download, and so I couldn't finish editing them, and it was just a mess. So I'm just gonna start over. Like, I'm sorry I don't get to see part 2. It was lit, just know that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna pick up where I left off. Today I'm gonna be doing a story time, my very first story time of when my date, crazy ass date, brought a gun into the movie theater. This happened so fast. Like, we met in one day, we went out and date in one day, and we ended everything in one day. It was just crazy and fast. This all happened at the beginning of this month, to be honest, or maybe like the end of June, sometime around there. Like, it wasn't too long ago. So I'm gonna give y'all a little backstory. To be honest, I really don't remember his name. We're gonna call him Chad. So Chad, he was the first ever white boy that I've ever went out on a date with. First off, he was at my job and I was scheduled to work like early as fuck. So I was scheduled at like 9 in the morning. The day that we had met, like, I didn't have no makeup on. Like, I mean, I always have my eyebrows popping, but yeah, so I didn't have any makeup on, and I just had my hair like, this is when I had my straight weave, and it was just like flowing, like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. And I mean, I was looking bomb as fuck, you know, still with no makeup, but I didn't wait on him or anything. I didn't wait on him at all. Like, when we met, we probably talked for like a minute, and then he left. This is how he looked. I mean, he wasn't as fine as this, but he looked like Brad Pitt with like a buzz cut. Like, he was fine. He was eating by himself and sitting by himself. So when he went up to pay, I went and cashed him out because I didn't have nothing to do. So I went up there and I cashed him out, and I was like, oh, he pretty fine. Like, I'm gonna go up here. So when I went up there, and I just thought he was the cutest freaking thing. Like, he wasn't, and normally I really like tall guys. Like, tall guys are like, ugh. But he was like my height, and I'm 5'5", so but I didn't really realize it because I was behind a counter and he was like, you know, a little bit back there. But so yeah, so when I was cashing him out, he was just like this was legit him. He was like, you so fine, like, you should be a model. And I was just like, you think I'm cute? Like, thank you. You know, because I never had a white boyfriend before. I was just like, oh, you like me? Because normally white boys, they don't like me. Like, I don't know why. Like, they don't like me. So he was just like, you're so fine, like, you're so cute, blah blah blah, you should be a model. And I was just like, thank you. And the whole time he was just biting his lip, like, and I thought it was so cute. Like he had blue eyes and everything. Chad was fine in the face. He was fine. So then he asked for my number, and look, I had to be so slick with it because folks at my job, they just be like so into folks' business. Like, it's ridiculous. So I had to do it real slick. Like, I wrote my number on his freaking receipt. I had to give him his receipt anyway. So I was like, here you go, like, there you go, call me. So then maybe like a few minutes after that, my best friend walked in. Well, one of my guy best friends walked in. We're gonna call him Michael. So Mike walked in, and he goes for the other team. This little burnt piece of toast. He is just like down for the snow bunnies. This is his little saying: if it ain't snowing, we ain't going. Anyways, so yeah, I just had to tell him. I was like, bruh, like, I got this white boy's number. Like, I've been have a white freaking boyfriend. And he was like, what? And I was like, nigga, I've been have a white boyfriend. Like, I was so freaking excited, y'all, because I ain't never dated a white boy before. So I was so freaking excited. And I was like, I gave this white boy my number. Like, he's finna be my boyfriend. And So yeah, so I was like really excited. I was like you know, all day. And then so maybe like an hour after Chad left, he texted me and we were just talking. I was like, hey, what's up, blah blah. He was like, you look so good, blah blah blah. Like, we sent pictures to each other, so we like, you know, because we only talked for like a minute. We sent pictures, like, not, you know, nothing like that, but just like so we could see each other, you know, what we look like. And so he was like, you're so beautiful, blah 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 blah. I was like, oh, thank you, like, you're fine too. Michael was talking about going to go see The Purge, and I was like, I want to go, blah blah blah. And he was like, why you don't invite dude? And I was like, I don't know, like, we just met today, you know, like. And he was like, well, we're gonna be going in a big group, blah blah blah. I was like, I really want to go. So I was like, either way, I'm gonna go. Like, even if I don't bring Chad, I'm gonna come because I want to see the movie, you know. So then he was just like, come on, dude, like, you need to ask him, blah blah blah. So then I asked him, I was like, do you want to go see the movie or something like that? Because he already asked me to hang out. Chad already asked me to hang out, and I was like, you want to go see this movie? And so he was like, yeah, sure. So everything kind of went fast. Like, it just went really fast. So I was getting ready, blah blah blah. I was off work by then. I was getting ready to go to the movies, and I met up with Michael to go and his little group of friends because I thought I was gonna be the one that was late, but Chad was late as fuck. Like, he was like 45 minutes late. Strike one, nigga. So yeah, then I met up with Michael or whatever, and he came out and got me, and we already went into the movies and everything. And when you first go into the movie, because it was like the first day it came out, and they was checking my, like, they checked my bag, and she was like, ma'am, can I check your bag, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, sure, like, you know, fine. So then we went into the movies, and everybody was just talking because we had like a group of like 7 or 8 people, and we was just like talking or whatever. Michael the whole time, he was like, where is this nigga at? Like, because the movie been started. Like, we were watching the movie, it was getting good. Like, and I really didn't want to go out to go get Chad because I had to meet him at the front. I really didn't want to go out and get him. It was that good. So he was like, where is this dude at, blah blah blah. So I went out to go get him because he finally got here, and I had to go buy the tickets and everything because if I would have let him buy his own ticket, he wouldn't have got in because he wouldn't have made it. So I bought the tickets, and he never paid me back, broke ass. So I got the tickets, and then when we were coming through the gate, like, there was nobody in the lobby, just like the people that check your tickets and like check bags and stuff. They did not check this man at all. That should have been the one you checked, lady, not me. That one. So when we got into the movies, we went to our seats because we sat separately. Just because, and I already told my guy, I was like, I don't know, because this is our first date, so I kind of just wanted to be by ourselves. So I told him, I was like, when he get here, we're going to go sit at our seats. And Michael and them, they were sitting at the seats, like, where you sit, like, right up under the movie, where you got to, like, break your neck, you know, to, like, look at the screen. I was like, eh. So they were down on the first row, like, over here. And our seats were on, like, the next level, not too far, like, up, but it was just, like, the next level all the way over here. So we could still, like, you know, see each other if, like, some shit went down, but, you know, so yeah. And then, so when we got to our seats or whatever, he was just one of those guys that love to freaking talk in the movie. Like, I get we just met and you want to get to know me, but nigga, we in the movies. And when he was telling me about himself, this is where I just knew, like, this nigga is fucking crazy. He was like, yeah, I moved here from California, blah blah blah. And I was like, why would you move from California? Like, California's bomb as fuck, you know? Like, he was like, I got sent here because my parents were scared, blah blah blah. Basically, he was basically trying to make himself sound fucking thug life. And I was like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, I stay strapped up, and like lifted his shirt up in the movies, like, while we were sitting there. And there was like people around us, like, we were in the Purge, like, the first night, like, people were around. And he was like, yeah, I stay strapped up, blah blah blah, and like pulled up his shirt and everything and showed it to me. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, he was like, you never know when you're gonna have to use it. I was like, really? On a fucking date? In the movies? Really? See, that's that crazy ass white people shit that we be talking about right there. So I was like, okay. And I was kind of scared. I was like, why? You know, like, I don't even fucking know you. And he was like, yeah, like, I kept fighting and shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, my parents had to send me over here to live with my grandparents. Like, he lived on a farm or some shit now. But he was like, yeah, like, I just couldn't stay up there because they thought I was gonna die. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, you think that makes me like you? It doesn't. So we were just talking, and I just knew, like, this was not it. This was not fucking lit. So when we were sitting, it was like reclining chairs, so that was cool, but by the way. So yeah, it was reclining chairs. I got shorts on, by the way, before anybody jumps in my freaking comments talking about, oh my god, you don't have any pants on. So yeah, we were sitting like this. Well, I was sitting like this. I was like reclined and my knees were like bent. And the whole time, this was him. He was like feeling on my, literally, that was the noise he was freaking making. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not joking. Okay? So, he was like, he's so fine. Like when he was biting his lip the first time we met, that's how he was doing it. Like, the whole time. I'm not joking. Like, this was, I was just looking at him like, is it really that serious? Like, you have to do that? Like, he was like, and then he would go, like what? Like, do you want, like, he looked like he was just finna fuck me right there. I was like, no, you know. And like, he would hold my hand. I was like, I don't want to hold hands, but I'll do it anyway. So we were holding hands, and then it was just a fucking mess. It was a mess, and he kept doing that like the whole time. I was like, I'm over this. I'm fucking. So yeah, and I was over it. And then he would like try to kiss me. I was just like, ah, and I lied like hell because I really like kissing, but I was like, I'm not into kissing. Like, I'm a germaphobe, blah blah blah. And then he was just like, what? And he was like, you don't like kissing? And I was like, no, I really only kiss like my boyfriend. Like, if we're dating or something, then yeah, but I'm not really for making out and shit. And he was like, so if you had a boyfriend, you wouldn't kiss him? I was like, I just said, like, if I had a boyfriend, I would kiss him, but I'm not really for like making out and shit. Like, especially, I don't really know you. And so I just want to see like how many people actually be going through my videos. And if you guys stuck around for this long in the story time, put the emoji, like the eyes, put the eyes, like comment below. And then when the lost people gonna come back and be like, why are all these eyes down here? Like, that's what I want to see. So let's make it happen. And he was just looking at me like, oh, like, I never heard that before. And I was like, yeah, sorry. And this is even after I told him that, this nigga drunk out of my freaking drink. Like, we didn't even kiss or nothing. You gonna drink out of my drink like it was nothing. Like, he just like picked it up. Like, I was like, really, nigga? So so yeah, I just couldn't do it. Then in like the middle of the movie, he went to the bathroom. Like, you know when people like, they'll turn back like, ooh, he could have forgot his phone or something like that. Like, oh, I forgot this. Like, I had to come right back. Like, he just walked out of the movies. I just expected him to just come back real quick because I was gonna get up and I was gonna fucking run. I was gonna run down to my friends. So as soon as, like, I waited a minute and then I ran down there, like, literally like I ran down there to where Michael was at, and I was like, this is the worst fucking day of my life. I changed Michael's name in my phone to Mom. I was like, because I was texting him in the movies, I was like, look, you need to call me as soon as this freaking movie ends. Call me, okay? Like, I told him the plan. I was like, look, tell me I gotta come home, something like that. So then I went back to my seat because I didn't want him to just like come in and be like, well, where were you at, blah blah blah. So yeah, then when he came back, I don't know what in the world possessed him to do this. He was like, I had to shit. I had to take a shit. I was like, why? Why would you say that? It didn't make any sense. So I just didn't think. I was like, oh, okay. And then I was texting Mom, in the movies, and like I didn't open it, but I let him see that my mom texted me. Like I had my phone on my lap and my phone lit up, and I knew like you have to look. Like if you're in a dark movie theater, you have to look at somebody's phone if it lights up. Like and they're right next to you. Come on now. So he seen that my mom texted me, and as soon as the movie ended, he was like, he knew that my friends were in the movie because I told him, I was like, they're right there, blah blah blah. So he was like, you want to say bye to your friends or whatever? And I was like, yeah, let me go say bye real quick. So I went down there. I was like, dude, look, call me as soon as we get out this freaking movie, like right freaking now, like do not hesitate, don't hesitate. Like, as soon as I walked out the theater, like not even outside, like out of the theater, this man called me. But I was like, hey, I was just gonna call you, mom, like blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, we just got out the movies, you know, just lying like hell. And so I was like, yeah, I mean, do you need me to come home now? Like I was acting like I was mad at my mom, like because she was trying to make me come home. And I was like, do you really need me to come home like right now? And I was like, are you serious? Okay. Acting skills on freaking 10. Boom. So me and Chad were walking, and he heard me talking on the phone because we were like right next to each other. And then I went to the bathroom. I was like, just give me a second. So I went to the bathroom, and I was just talking to Michael, and I was just like, I don't know what to do now. Like he's not gonna want me to leave, blah blah blah, because we made plans after the movies and all this other stuff. And I forgot to tell you guys, we made plans to chill after the movies before we even hung out the first time. That was the biggest fucking mistake. Don't do that. And he walked me back to my car. Thank God we drove separate cars. I told him, I was like, my mom, she's tripping. Like, she really wants me to come home right now. Like, she's bitching and complaining at me, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, how old are you? Because he's 24, but he lives with his freaking parents, so. And he was like, how old are you? I was like, 20. So what that mean? He's like, you have a curfew? I was like, no, but I still live with my mom. You know, like, respect, nigga. Like, if she say come home, I'm come fuck home. If I want to be with you. And he was like, you can't just chill with me for like 5 minutes, blah blah blah. And I was like, no, I can't, I really have to go. And I felt like he really knew I was lying, but I was like, I was trying not to make him feel bad. I was just like, I mean, we can hang out tomorrow. I wasn't finna text this man back. I was not finna talk to this man ever again. I wasn't. I was like, we can just hang out tomorrow. Like, just hit me up. I'm free. I ain't gotta work tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. We literally stood at the freaking car for like 20 minutes. And I was like, I gotta go. He kept talking to me, kept holding my hand, kept like pulling me. Like, gotta go, sorry, I can't hang out. So then I finally got in my car. And I finally left. And then he was texting my phone. And I did text him back. Like, I texted him back that night. And I was just like, yeah, I had fun, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, aren't you glad I came to your job? This was the crazy part. To be honest, I'm really trying to get me a boyfriend. But I can never find anybody I like that lives in the city that I live in. Because it's like everybody lives in Noonan. And I'm like 25 minutes away from Noonan. When we were talking about hanging out earlier before I left. He was like, I stay in blankety blank. So basically, the city was where I stayed at. And it's like a very small freaking place to live. So I was like, but luckily I really don't even be driving around here. I don't be going out here because there's nothing out here. Like, we literally have nothing out here. I really don't think I have to worry about running into him. I was just like, really? Like, the time that I don't like somebody, they live close as fuck? Really? I was just like, I'm glad I did not tell this man where I lived at, like what city, because I never would have got rid of him. And then after I left, I was just like, no, like, I'm never gonna talk to this man again. Like, and he hit me up a couple times. I was like, and now I'm just scared of date white boys. So yeah, that was the time my psycho date brought a gun into the movies. Worst day of my life. So if you guys like this story time and you guys want more, please let me know. I definitely have more stories to tell, so if you guys want to hear them, like this video. Always remember to subscribe. Comment below if you guys like this video. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.